Hey there, been a buckle tech of my entire Android smartphone collection as of December 31st, 2025. I have around 40 Android smartphones. And so let's get started. I now have two more smartphones, such as the Windows Phone ones and the iOS one. But I don't know where the iPhone is, so I couldn't make this into a full smartphone video. It's probably in the offer box. I think I bought the offer day, though I don't remember. Anyways, let's get started. Here's a Samsung Galaxy Win. This was my old phone from 2019 to 2022 until I switched to a Motorola Moto E7. This stopped working. It runs Android 4.1.2 Jelly Bean. Here's my Multilaser MS45S. Got this on the lot. This one's untested. It has no power button or volume button, so I can't test this thing. But it has battery terminals, unlike the Vita Free, which is not Android, that I also got from the same lot. As you can see, terminal compatible, but I think the terminal is made roughed. Oh no. According to both sources, this runs Android 7 as its main operating system. Though since this phone's untested, I can't verify. Here's my Motorola Moto G45. This one's water damaged and does not work, but otherwise it's in pretty cool condition. Also, I broke it days ago. Now both the screen and the corner is cracked, but otherwise it's good. Yeah. It runs Android 14 with updates to 15 here and updates to Android 21 in Europe. Here's my LG Prime Plus AC TV. Got one in the November flea market finds. This one works, but it has issues with charging and battery and stuff. It runs Android 6.0.0 Marshmallow, I think. And because it's short life, I cannot get the Easter egg to work. Right now it just says no battery, even though there's a battery in there. That battery I got in 2022, by the way. Here's a Samsung Galaxy J5 Prime. This one works, but the owner sent an alarm and the screen is broken, so I can't interact with it. And the alarm plays and then snoozes for 2 minutes and then plays again. This keeps going on until the phone dies, and it's like in the morning. I'm not serious, in the morning. But yeah. Anyways, this thing works, and I think it's Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow 2, but since the screen is broken, I cannot interact with it. Here's my Motorola One. This is my dad's old phone for 2018. No, not 2018. I think it was 2018 or 2019 to 2023. Before he got a Moto G73 5G. Oh god! Enough of my dad's just playing around with me while I'm recording about personal stuff. Yeah. This kid's been pretty bored, like this entire bottom section fell off, and this corner section fell off. One time I found a bug in this case. I keep forgetting this story, but it keeps appearing in my mind when I make this video. A bug appeared on the case. It was nasty. This one's a broken display and only works in charger. This one's Android 10, even though the initial operating system came with Android 8.1. This is upgraded to Android 10. So This last time the screen broke. This is the third newest, the third oldest actually, the third oldest phone to collection. You'll just see what the third newest on is. Remember because the Moto G35 was the, oh god, yeah, this case is not fitting. Enough for that phone. Moving on. Oh god, I think I found something in the phone. Enough for Pebble from the Motorola one. Yeah, it's like a ring. Here's my Motorola Moto G7 Plus. This is my mom's old phone from 2019 to 2023. Before she switched to a Moto G73 5G, she now uses a Moto G84 5G. This one is the same issue as the Motorola one, works but has a cracked display only children. This one also runs Android 10, even though its initial operating system this time is Android 9. Here's my Motorola Moto G5 Latam. Got this one a lot. Oh, the screen is shattered to bits. So I'm getting a ton of phone pieces today, which is not surprising to say the least. Also, my leg is hurting. That's why I had to put the feet in. This is like near the tower. That is. This one does have terminals, and this one does have power and volume buttons, though they are hidden. They're not to access unless you take off this frontal cover here, which can be easily pried over by your hand, or a phone for collection, like very small, like the LG Optimus L3. Like that, you can take off the back cover. No, it's not really a back cover, it's just a back cover. My mom's gonna talk with someone who will celebrate New Year's with me, like they did with New Year's 2025. XC1672. Can't see because the camera focusing. But yeah, it's that. I think this one runs Android 6 too. So there's a ton of Android 6 devices. Never knew I had a ton of these. Next up, here's my Motorola Moto E7. This is my old phone from 2022 to 2025 before I switched to a Motorola Moto G15, which is what I'm recording on right now, as you can see the bare shadow. This one still has a bit of juice left, though I think it may die if I leave it and turn on for a while. So I'm gonna keep this to the side to turn it off when I get to the next phone. This one runs Android 10. It's not the Plus, it's just the regular E7. Here's my Samsung Galaxy J4 with no display. The display ribbon cable broke. This one's also untested, and I think it runs Android 8 or 7, who knows. Here's my Samsung Galaxy A03. Not the Core or the S, but just the regular A03. Even though the model number is the Core variant, the actual phone itself is the regular variant. This is the second phone that's lying to me. The other one is the Samsung DT26W, which is not a smartphone, so it's excluded. Ooh, gunk. But yeah. This one does have the double cameras, and I think it runs Android 11 with One UI 3. One UI Core 1.5 or 3.5, I think. Or the E7 booted, but I think it's gonna die on boot because it's at 2% right now. What do you expect? But yeah, this only works on charger, I think. Oh no. But yeah, it's shattered to bits. I'm gonna turn off the MIUI so that doesn't die while recording this. Get out on the main stage anymore. Yeah, it's shattered to bits. Here's my Xiaomi Redmi 5. This one's locked to a Mi account. I think this one's robbed. But luckily, I didn't buy it and got arrested. One of my mom's relatives, which is a mother, she works for the police, gave me this. She also gave me the third newest phone you're going to see. But yeah, this is my only phone I got in August 2024 because I didn't get a flea market find or any of my grandmother's phones for that matter. Just this one. It works. I think it's on Android 8 or 9 with MIUI. I don't know what's called. MIUI 6, 5. Yeah, probably MIUI 5. MIUI 8. It's just the fact that this is a 2018 phone, so it's nostalgic. And yeah, this one works completely fine. Just locked. Here's like Motorola Moto E5 Playgo. It is. I realized this is my grandmother's old phone from 2018 to 2022 when she got herself a Moto E20. She now uses a Moto G05. Yeah, this thing works. It runs Android 8.1, though it is an update to Android 9 because, well, I ignored that message while I was trying to record my other videos of logos at the time, which you could see on a different account called Creator Weeks, which I think I abandoned. It's also not recognized and something. Anyways, this one charges, but it doesn't turn on because of an issue with the system. So I need a computer in order to operate this thing. I think the mother went to the police made a very funny joke that made my mom say swear word in Portuguese. But that doesn't matter since Portuguese viewers probably won't hear what most of the it's just since I do it the replay is off. Yeah. I'm sick too. So no worries if I sound sick. Here's my multi-laser MS50T. This one's untested. I think this one's Android 8.1 Go Edition. It's like a very cheap phone. Here's another cheap phone. Here's my Septus. No, not a Septusiba. A TCL Semco 3C Plus. This one should run Android 8.1 Go Edition 2. It was released in 2020 instead of 2018 or 2017. But it was certified in 2018, so this is a neon phone. But it wasn't also 2018. It was certified in 2018, that is. It was not released until 2020. Stops until then. But yeah. This one's untested. Which is sad considering that this is a nice bougie phone. Better than bougie. But it's also really cheap. Here's my LTK9 TV. The battery was bloated before. In the peach color, I had one with the blue color, but I gave it to my little cousin. That one, the blue color, had a broken display, and this one worked until it stopped charging. This one was Android 7.1.2, which is the newest Android version to stop supporting YouTube services, that is. So yeah, whatever that comes for next, they're hunting you down. Sorry for that, I had to fart, so I paused the camera. Anyways, yeah, nothing much to say about this otherwise. Just I found it in my closet. She didn't know which one, but she said the wrong closet because she looked in the third closet and said closet and it was right. This is my Motorola Moto E20. This one was my grandmother's old phone from 2022 to 2025. So now this is a Moto G05, which is what she's using now. This one's surprisingly still on, though it has not support SD card, so I had to format it. I was gonna use it for a picture to share things under the Wi-Fi. Yeah, why did Google Assistant think I was saying boy pictures of children? No. I have to format this SD. And this has format because the Samsung SD card must be formatted for apps and storage since the file manager doesn't recognize it. They can format the SD. That hits 40% immediately and then you wait a while. Like you wait a while, I don't, you have to wait a while. And then like this strange issue comes in. It says attempt to invoke a virtual method Java lang string Android OS storage whatever. Uncertified no storage. That's an issue, so I can't format SD cards then. See, I can't use a dang SD card if it's not formatted. This also happened to eSAM2 but formatted successfully. This one runs Android 11. I installed a few apps on it like IB's Paint X, Image Searchman, Block Blast since that wasn't pre-installed in there for some reason. There's also Amazon Music, like I got 3 months of off of doing this album on my phone. Did I just find Infinite Money Goods? No, because that's a first time buy. If you buy a second time, you won't. Now feel free to show the name because so for the upper person, I could also do with eSAM, but the battery was low, so I didn't. Oh no, because I hard reset the thing, because my mom wants to use it for something else. This one on Android 11 Godison. Like the G20 that someone else in the home is. Device controls, cat controls, and then you get a ton of options. Safe. Since I have like I don't know 20 cats in my feud, I have a ton of cats in the home. This and this are acting the same. I don't know what to do with them. No, I mean this one and this are acting the exact same. I don't know how to fix this. Like one on zero ones, I think this. No, I think this. This one has a mouse functionality, and Tamer's, which was this, has like a kissing functionality. Boulevard has a cat functionality. I've got most of the functionalities for cats, but they're available. For example, this is a love functionality, which is the cutest cat in my collection. This looks so cute. Now, this was actually the very first cat I got playing this. And yeah, it's nice to have. This one's very cheap, so if you go to the specs on GSM Arena, so I want to see something. Trying to write one-handed. E20 GSM Arena. E20 versus E40. No, I did not mean that. I mean E20. Wow, now I'm getting a tingly effect and my feet just woke up. We proceed. See, this is very cheap. Has a Unisoc T606. Has octa-core 2x1.6 GHz Cortex A75 and 6x1.6 GHz Cortex A55. And GPU is Mali G57MP1, which is from MediaTek. Like, it uses a Unisoc chipset. They use a MediaTek GPU. What is going on? It also has a 6.5 inch IPS LCD display with water repellent coating. This is usable for cheap phones, but this is not usable for a phone that has military resistance. Glass front, plastic frame, plastic back. Which is sad considering the back is lovely. Now-SIM plus now-SIM. This is not even a glass front, by the way. This is not even coating Gorilla Glass. Also, nano-SIM plus nano-SIM is real, and not dual SIM like the E7, but the E7 is single SIM, this one's dual SIM, which makes this a very good, affordable, cheaper idle phone. Yeah, Wi-Fi 802.11, which is a standard. This has no NFC or 5G. This is just a 4G enabled device. But yeah, this works otherwise. Moving on, here's my LGL20. This one works. This one's on Android 4.4.2 KitKat with LG Launcher Free, which I don't know what that is. It's also stuck on a few Android phones like the i6 I think too. Here's my Sony Ericsson Lifeless Walkman. This one's the very last Walkman phone and I'm lucky to have it. This one works but it's locked to a graphite pattern, which no, it's a pattern. It's just a pattern. I locked my phone too, but that lock is accessible because I know the lock. But no, it's not. Someone else put out that lock. Yeah, anyway, this thing does work, but like the power button is jammed. I think about Android 2.3.7. We don't know. Here's my Motorola Click. This one's actually one of the rarest Android phones in the entire society of Android because it has a sight slider functionality and it's also US only. If you had this with no such carrier as T-Mobile, then you would have something called a Text, which had the same design as this. Now the back cover keeps slipping easily, so yeah. This was model number MB200, so this is the Click. This is extremely rare to find. Even though it's Anatel certified, I don't care if it's US or not because Anatel doesn't justify US item. The only way that justifies it, and yeah, T-Mobile. So I'm keeping it for all of its worth. It's extremely noteworthy. Here's our Motorola Spice Key. Incredible. This one works and it's on Android 2.3.3. The Click is on Android 1.5 and on T-Mobile. Though the Click works but has a broken flex cable. This one works. I tried to open it one day and actually broke these grooves. It made a ton of gunk right aside, so yeah, there's that. Otherwise, the Spice Key works. This is an issue that if you turn on location and use your phone to see the maps, the battery drains fast. Here's a Motorola i867. I mean Destino, which is the other name for this thing, on Nextel. Latin American version made by NI. Holdings a dime 2019 when Grow bought and rebranded to Grow Next. Hope that should explain everything. That's a 3 megapixel camera. This works and it runs Android 2.1, that's update 1. Which is not Android 2.1, it's just the first update of Android 2.1, I guess. But yeah, this takes a while to boot, so expect pretty long boot. This looks perfectly fine, and they released 2 other versions of this. One is the Destino Cavalry, which I don't have, but the Redditor does, and the other is a i56W, which if I have, this extremely loud low battery sound, you probably heard it right now. Yeah, touch works even when turned on. Now because the focus on the G15 is horrible, I'm gonna show you part of the stuff, but it works extremely fine. What's disconnected? What do you mean? Does it redirect you to a lock screen or something? No, it redirected you to the home screen. Did something. This is getting long, my phone collection videos like that. This thing called Nuance, which you press the long power button or just click control voice. It's also called V-Suite app. I also had that on my BlackBerry Curve 9320 or 9240. That one's also not an Android device. You can ask it anything, like anything. Even sounds it recognizes, and then just brings you to the most unknown. It's like I do. and it brings you to Pango, and I do, and it brings you to Twitter like I'm twitting. There's a ton of apps like I installed free carrier apps in this, such as iClue for the Spice Key. I think I downloaded Tetris for the Spice Key too. There's two Tetris, one doesn't work and one works. This one's the upper demo for the i6-7 and it works. It just said the upper one for Spice Key does. It just says you need to download data. And then there's an error trying to download data, even though the Wi-Fi is literally connected, it just as the Wi-Fi is. As you can see, there's going to be settings. Now, the default browser is Opera Mini, which is not great since the Spice Keys browser is Chrome, and I also installed Opera Mini and stuff. Yeah, impossible to install the app. This is similar to when I saw teachers from my school that just went, there were no photos selected and then just stayed like that while it was charging. So yeah, this is pretty much a portrayal that though the text was bigger. Yeah. This looks like it has a very loud loudspeaker. I can play the loudest tones. But they're short. This one. This one can just blast your ears. Uh-oh, sorry. Oh god. It's getting extremely loud, so if I talk. This is the default ringtone. This is not the default thing. Oh god. Nothing. Here's a louder one. Also, I don't know how to handle this, but yeah. Oh, just one more thing to show you the Android version. Yeah, as you can see, 2.1, that's update 1. Since this is 2.1, not 2.3, I can't see its Easter egg. But Spice Key does a 2.3.3, so I can show it. So like that. It also used the BP6X battery for the Spice Key too. Oh my, readjust my feet because now I'm comfier. Though I still technically have my back ready. Here's a Samsung Galaxy Young Plus Dual TV. This one works. With a broken display. I think this one's Android 4.1.2. Standard for these devices. Ignore this one. This is Motorola Moto G first generation. This one has a broken ribbon cable, so it does not work anymore. I mean, it works, but it only has signs of life on charger. This one runs Android 4.4.4 in its entirety. Here's my LG Optus L3. This one's untested, and I think it runs Android 4 or 2.3 because I think 2.3 was like the starting version, not 3. That one was like tablet. Here's a Samsung Galaxy Star Trios. This one's untested, still because I haven't got the battery for it. It's been 2 years at this point. 2 years. Like 2 years, like almost 2 years and a half, like 2 years and 5 months, I think. No, that's 2 years and 4 months. That's faster. The one I got the first of the batch in the new phone 4 days after that. It'll just be 3 years older. No, not 3, but it's gonna be close. It's gonna turn 5 months older. 2 years. 2026 is going to be a great neon year. For that. Yeah. My mom's calling someone. is my CC Motion Plus HD TV, or Motion Plus TV, SE452 TV. This is also a hand-me-down. This one doesn't turn on. The paper says it doesn't turn on. It's on the back. I think it's glued to the back. The cycle point with chipped off. Oh god. That that looks extremely disgusting. Yeah, SE452. This is how CC got popular with the phones too. Look at that interference. This one works. Also, this video will be content ID. I know. It's New Year's. You have music. It's going to get content ID no matter what. Samsung Galaxy J1 Mini Claro. This one works totally. Yeah. This one runs Android 5.1.1 on top. Samsung Galaxy 5, enough for innovator. This one works in 3 seconds since I don't have a battery for it. Android 2.1 Eclair. And 5 years is my Samsung Galaxy J8. This one only works on a charger and this must run the Android 7. Wait. Ignore this one. Yeah, that's about it for the devices. Stay tuned for new videos and peace.